Duran? I've got talk, yeah. So I've got 26 students coming to you. Best of luck.
Good evening and welcome to another exciting edition of The Tube. Hello all you there in the queue. Just before we go into this programme, in answer to last week's complaints that we had about Sting using the word spunky, out with the IBA, and in fact there's nothing wrong with the word spunky at all, so spunky. Anyway, in the meantime, geography. This is where everybody's queuing in. Hello everybody queuing in. Hello, Jules. And we're going to go up the hallway now. We're going to chat to these people. What are you expecting to see on the Tube tonight?
Oh, hopefully the Go-Go's.
And this man is absolutely correct. You're absolutely right, sir. You will be seeing the Go-Go's. A dream come true for him, not for others. Now, at enormous expense, brought to you, the titles.
Well, the Tyne-Tees plastic surgeons, they've been hard at it all week to turn me from Muriel Gray into me, Gary James. And they've done a marvellous job, as you can all see. First tonight, our foyer concert, a great band flown in from York at great expense by Channel 4. These are Strange Days.
Screaming
going to ask the assorted members of Duran Duran what they thought of that group, Strange Days. What did you think?
Well, when I first heard the name Strange Days, I thought, oh, here we go, another Doors rip-off band. But no, they're really good. Well done.
What a fair thing to say. We'll be seeing a lot more of Duran Duran later. And here's the lead singer from Strange Days. What do you think of Duran Duran?
Yeah, they're all right. They're all right, yeah. They write good songs. I'll say that much.
You wouldn't go any further than that, though.
Oh, no, I quite like it.
Checks in the post.
Well, isn't that good? Now, we've seen these boys in the lobby. We're going to see them later. This is now the foyer. You've got to understand the geography, I've been told. This is the foyer. We've come out of the hallway. This is where the band played. Now, if we want to actually get into the studio, which all these people are going to be in a minute, won't you? Yes? We have to come up here and go through the... they put their coats here. Look, there's coats being put down there. It's very dramatic, very exciting stuff. And we can either take the stairs, which are up there, or we can take the lift, which is here. Remember, this is live. Lucky there's not a fire going on. Let's hope it comes soon. I have to be able to climb out on air.
Well, you can tell that this is live television because I am sitting on my foot because I wasn't allowed to go to the loo before the show started. However, there are so many girls on tonight's show that even the crew came out of the pub early and the whole place has the overpoweringly erotic smell of Brute. Later tonight, we've got the all-girl American band, the Go-Go's. And to get you ready, here are lots of sequin-covered wobbly bits, and we see 3 clips of all-girl groups from the 60s. Well, the general consensus from the drunks sitting around the bar here was that was in fact Mark Ullman from Soft Cell in disguise. Anyway, from the Shangri-Las we go, with the niff of Brute rising and giving us all asthma. Here's yet more 60s influenced music, this time from the West Midlands. It's the Maisonettes singing Heartache Avenue, their first single.
To give
Well, they still won't let me in the studios, the rats, but never mind. So here I am, stuck down in the reception area. But still, never mind. James has the last laugh because somewhere over here, I happen to know, we have Steve Cram, European champion and winner of everything. Hi, Steve. What are you looking forward to in the show? You haven't looked, have you?
I haven't looked yet. No. I'm looking forward to it. Some intrepidation. I don't see many athletes around.
No, well, I'm an athlete. You wouldn't believe it, but I am. And what else was I going to say to you? Oh, yeah, how did you get here? Did you run here? Contrived question there.
I wish I had run. I couldn't get through them, no.
Well, I flew here, actually. Don't know if I make your blooming arms ache. Please yourselves. So, as people filing past all over the place, we're going to have to fight our way through. Never mind, Steve. Paula will be having a chat with you later on in the studio. And we're going to go over and have a look at some archive film here, see if you can spot the stars coming up around about now.
There is a house in New Orleans they call the rising sun, and it's been the ruin of many a poor boy. And God, I know I'm one. My mother was a tailor. She sewed my new blue jeans. My father was a gambling man down in New Orleans. Now the only thing a gambler needs is a suitcase and trunk. And the only time he's satisfied is when he's on a drunk.
New Orleans, they call the rising sun. It's been the ruin of many a poor girl, and God, I know I'm one. My mother, she was a tailor, yeah. Sewed my new blue jeans. My father was a gambling man, yeah. Way down in New Orleans, yeah. Now the only thing a gambling man needs is the suitcase and the trunk. The only time he's satisfied is when he's on a poor old drum. Oh, mother, tell your baby children not to do what I have done. No. Spend your lives in sin and misery, yeah. In a house they call the rising sun, yeah. There is a house in New Orleans they call the rising sun.
There's Alf from Yazoo, and the fabulous Eric Burdon, obviously. Alf will be on again later, and me. I only practiced once as well, wasn't twice we went for it.
Still good at one.
Yeah. Do you ever get tired of singing that song?
Yeah, well, it was a bit of a ball and chain at one time, but it's a case of if you don't do it, people won't let you off the stage, so I have to do it.
You were saying earlier about the lyrics of it, how when you first did it, in fact, the lyrics were changed to be about a gambler, when in fact they were about something else.
Yeah, originally it was a girl song,
and
we took it and made it a male idiom. It works well both ways, don't it?
Yeah. Yes, oh yes. And the word we were trying to avoid using was in fact a song about a prostitute.
That's right.
We didn't want to use that word though. Now you are both blues influenced. I mean, I've read that I believe you got your job in Yazoo by putting an advert in saying blues thing. Was that right? Tell me about that.
Yeah.
What happened then?
Well, I just put an advert in for a blues band because I was out at the moment at the time, and Vincent answered it. So I just got together from there.
But I mean, it's odd because you're both. I mean, we're all different ages, I guess. But blues seems to be a sort of a steadying influence. I mean, is it still something that you're interested in?
Well, to me, blues will always be the mainstay, or one of the mainstream influences in popular music, and it always has been. I think it possibly always will be in this century.
Because it seems like the black music on the whole is like a big influence on you. And the other thing is that blues is an influence to you, but if you listen to your records, as we will do later on, it doesn't sound anything like blues at all.
Yeah, it's because sometimes we use more than 3 chords.
I see, yeah, clever stuff, man. Now you've also were both saying earlier that you both got a bit tired of touring. First of all, tell me about where you were touring and how.
Well, we've just done sort of like about 3-4 English dates. So on this tour so far, and it's really got me.
And you were saying you've been touring for 20 years.
Well, yeah, I've just done 3,000 or 4,000, and I'm still tired.
Getting a bit tuckered out there.
Yeah.
Have you been playing in Europe?
Yeah, in the last 18 months I did Australia, 2 tours in the United States, and I just finished a tour of Europe.
Yeah. You haven't done any gigs in England for a while, I don't believe, have you?
Not for 10 years.
Really?
No,
Why is that?
I don't know. I'm raring to go.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to working in England again.
Well, there's also has just come out a film that you've made, which is in fact the reason why you're in Newcastle is because it's premiering here on Monday, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah, we're having a press showing here in Newcastle.
Yeah. And tell us about the film, because
Well, it's about somebody like me, and it was shot. It's a West German film, English language, and it's a kind of a look at the sleazy side of rock and roll.
And you play the lead role of the singer, I believe.
Sleazy lead, yeah, in a sleazy film.
Is it something you want to get into more films?
Yeah, I think that acting is a great medium. It's very stressful, but unlike the stress that we go through in this business, it has more pull in many directions rather than just the pull of the audience and the band as you're performing.
Yeah.
As an actor, you have a pull from the director, from the script, and from the crew and the audience.
Yeah. This is the thing I was going to ask. There's somebody in this studio tonight called Andy Summers, and I didn't realise this, but in fact, this is your life. No, in fact, you've played with him. Tell us about your association with Andy Summers.
Yeah, Andy and I go back to, I don't know, 1978. We were around 1978 and we were together for about a couple of years touring the United States.
Because he said he knew this song and he was going to come and play it, but then he sort of bottled out.
Checking down.
Yeah. Andy, bottle job. Where is he? Tell about the music in the film that you've got.
I composed about 60% of it, and the others were blues songs that I felt that I couldn't write, but that I wanted to have in the film. So I chose 1 or 2 songs by other people, such as Elmore James and Jesse Winchester.
Is the film on general release now, or will it go on general release after it's press shown?
We'll see what the critics have to say about it.
Okay then, well I have to wind up. We'll see you later, Alf, and we'll see you later on. Thanks a lot, Eric. And now we're going to see a clip from that very said film, which is Come Back.
One more time. Get off! Wait a minute! Get off with this! We gotta do this song. The monitors are fine! I've lost my mind! Trust me, I was out trying! Got me! Yes! God damn it, get off!
few moments of peace. Even though we're in a city of madness, city of mad people, all running around, don't know where they're going.
I've got him sitting next to me. So tell me, do you feel competitive about everything? I mean, why do you want to be the fastest boy?
Oh, I don't know. I think you ask these guys why they want to maybe be the best in music business. I don't know. It's something you like doing. I found I was successful.
I've just realised I forgot.
You can hear me now. Yeah. Should we start again?
Yeah. Well, what he was saying was why he wanted to be the fastest man in Britain and, in fact, Europe.
Yes. It's just because it was something I'm successful at, athletics. You know, if I'd been a good footballer, I would want to be the best footballer. You know, it's not. I don't know. It's not particularly athletics. It was just because I was good at that, and then you progress, you become the best in the area, and then maybe the best in England. Then you go for better things.
When did you start running?
When I was about 12 years old. It wasn't serious then. I just ran for the school. I began to take it a bit more seriously when I was 14, 15 years old, and gradually you just become more and more involved.
Do you think that anyone could become a runner? I mean, could I, if I suddenly got the urge to start becoming a runner?
I'm sure you could. Yeah, anybody can run. It's the most natural thing for a human being to do. Well, nearly the most natural thing for a human being to do.
And do you fancy moving into commercials now that you're a sort of superstar athlete? I've started drinking Horlicks, of course.
Yeah, puts you to sleep though, doesn't it? So's the advert. I don't know. I mean, if that sort of thing came along, yeah, I would doubt I would turn it down. But at the moment, I'm concentrating on being an athlete first, and that sort of thing.
What are you going to be doing next?
Well, I'm having a rest at the moment, the end of the season, and I have to get back down to some sort of basic winter work, basic groundwork, and then to World Championships next year.
Right. As I wave my microphone, here are some incredibly handsome, healthy-looking people.
Healthy? I wouldn't
Healthy?
say healthy, no.
Well, that was a good link, you see, from Steve to Duran Duran, who are sitting here. I'll just move my leg. Oh, get off. And now, tell me a bit about your video project I've been hearing a lot about.
Oh, we don't want to talk about videos. We thought this programme was supposed to be full of trivia and trite sexual innuendo, you know?
I'm moving on to the trite sexual innuendo in a minute. That's why I moved my leg.
Right. Yeah, we make videos.
Yeah.
We go all over the place to make videos.
Do you think it's just an excuse for a good holiday?
Partly. Yes. Apart from that, we think it's worth going to nice places to get good videos. I mean, you just don't get decent location shots in St John's Wood.
That's true. Your tour at the moment, how's it been going? I went to a gig yesterday and they were all screaming with rigor mortis like Beatlemania. How's the rest of it been going?
Ask him so you can lean in front.
Right.
It's been going very well, actually. We did some great shows in Glasgow. That was a good one, and Manchester was good. It's just been going really well.
Somebody was telling me earlier on that you've got a film coming out next year, and you better tell me a bit about that.
Well, there is a possibility. We've been working a lot on video projects during this year, and we felt that it'd be interesting to sort of expand it and be able to do a film. So next year we're hoping, if we've got the time and we can write the songs for it, then maybe so.
Stop being trite. I'm trying to be Yes.
Yeah, it won't definitely happen. It's going to be around sort of July, August if we do it.
And when's the video album going to come out?
We reckon that it should be finished by about February.
Does it cost a fortune?
Yes, absolute tons.
And do you think it was worth it?
Well, when you count up the amount of Aston Martins you could have with all the money that we've spent on videos, maybe not, but it's been a lot of fun, hasn't it?
And in the States, what happened while you were in the States? Because you've just got back from there. Are you not bored with touring all the time?
We're not bored, we're just bloody knackered.
Oops. Oh, you promised you wouldn't! Right, where's the ruler?
No, you did. We've been touring since February, really, and it's been a long year for us, and we're just about to have our first holiday for about, well, a year.
Right, so now we're going to see a clip from a Duran Duran film, which is an unpretentious little work where we see Simon reciting Shakespeare on the end of a pier.
I know how he feels about that. Anyway, right, moving on. That's from the Duran Duran video, which will be available next year, so you can all rush out and buy that when it comes out. Right, fresh, just before he zaps off to Montserrat to do the new Police album, Andy Summers is with us. Hi, Andy. If I could, I've taken all this PA equipment out the back of my pocket so I can sit on the comfy chairs. How are you?
Not bad.
Triff. Right, you've got a new album coming out, which... no, it's out already, isn't it?
It is out, yeah.
Yeah, with Robert Fripp, and it's called...
I Advance Masked.
What's the gen behind that title of the album? Has it got any significance, or what made you decide to call it that?
Well, actually, this title was one that we had pinned up on the wall last summer in Montserrat when we were recording, amongst myriad other titles. It was in the front of a book by Salvador Dali, but it was a phrase that I thought was particularly applicable to modern life, especially if you live in the rock world, where I think you need to maybe have a persona, which is a kind of mask, so that you can go on and not get too screwed up by the machinations of the rock industry.
And the album's got a great cover, actually, which we can get a look at if we stretch over here. Tell me, that's a great cover, an album cover. Can we see it there if I hold it still somewhat? Would you like to tell us a bit about that, the artwork, because it's fab?
There's a lot of effort in it. Yeah, this cover was done by a New York artist called Jimmy Rizzi, who's previously did an album sleeve for the Tom Tom Club. He's actually a mate of mine, and he did me a Police album about 4 years ago, which we haven't used as yet. But this is a piece of artwork that I have at home, so I was really happy.
Yeah, it's a terrific cover. What about the actual combination of Robert Fripp and Andy Summers? Because to me, it immediately appeared to me to be a rather strange combination for me, knowing you with your police work with the police. How did that come about? How did you get to meet Robert?
It may seem strange in the fact that we're really on two different ends of the rock spectrum, I suppose. But I think really that's what makes it work. It's we're so unlike maybe as personalities, and even guitar players. We, very different ways of playing and approaching playing the guitar, which I think manages to make it work, because there's a kind of tension there of trying to come together to make your music work. And I think that really is true of any good group music experience. It's when people are really different that the effort to come together to make the music is what.
And do you think that this will affect your future solo musical outlook on things? If you go on to do other solo work, or what, as opposed to the work you do with the police, how do you think that this album will?
Well, it's difficult to say specifically what's going to happen, but I think all these experiences colour you along the way.
Well, we got a bit of the video which you made to go with it coming up shortly, but also I was having a quick look at it earlier on, and there's kind of exotic dances or what have you. Did you have anything to do with the background to that as well?
During the day we did, yes.
I'm not talking about what you did with the dancers. I mean, how about shut up, you lot, I'm doing this. No, I mean, they're kind of dancing around doing exotic things. But is that to do with the music, or is it totally, sort of just to make everything
look?
Well,
I think it's in the eye of the beholder. I mean, originally those girls were going to be musicians, but we preferred to have them dancing around with almost nothing on in the end. It was more exciting for Robert and I.
Disgusting it is. Well, and what about the future police work that's coming up? What about the new album in Montserrat?
Yeah, well, we're counting down now. The days are finally going away until we go off to Montserrat. We're leaving on November the 30th, and we have 6 weeks there, and then we go from that tropical climate up to Montreal in the depth of winter to finish it off.
I say, what with Duran Duran out east and you going out to Montserrat and whatever, I have to make do with Hastings in October, but maybe things will change in the future. I'm going to get...
Not for you. Not for you.
Well, I'm going to go... Oh, thank you very much. I'm going to go over in a minute... Shut up, you lot. I'm going to go over in a minute and put on a cassette, because you have to do everything for yourself, Randy, as you might have noticed. Demarcation, but never mind. And we'll see a bit of your video, so up we go. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Right, I slam it in. Thanks very much, Andy, by the way. I just thought I'd throw that in there. Shove it in. Push the button. And with a bit of luck, coming up, in about 3 seconds, should be Andy Summers and Robert Fripp. Well, that was a very zappy little piece of film, wasn't it? How about a piece of applause for that film? Rating highly on the clapometer. Now, you'll have noticed that lots of things can go and have gone wrong on the live show. For instance, Paula has decided never to speak again. I said, don't worry about it, just because 15 million people have seen you made a complete fool of yourself. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It's only a TV show.
That's right. Also, earlier on, I had a bit of Spanish tummy. It wasn't nerves, Spanish tummy, and was
puked
sick.
on Duran
So maybe
Duran.
we could have another television first and spew up again. Also, I've got this. This is called Happy Cheese Magazine. It was sent in. Now, if you've got anything that you want to send in to us to advertise, then do it. In a minute, this is a film from Venice Beach in America now that we're going to have, and we're going to have a weekly section of us in America, and this is us going to the beach. And who can you see in it?
Well, I don't know. Who can we see? We can see the Bangs, who are now called the Bangles for legal reasons. Lots of peculiar Americans. And please note, the Bangles are an American new wave group, so they're wearing 2 pairs of tights each.
Also, the Cars of Hudson Horny. I've played many nights at the Whiskey Club. Oh, times I've played there. Played there more times than you've had hot dinners stuffed in your face.
No, you haven't.
Stuffed in your face. How many hot dinners have you had actually stuffed in your face? The Roxy. Played there too. They're all flea pits though, actually, I reckon.
Well, the Roxy at one point had the Rocky Horror Show on at it. People used to go every single night for the whole run. They'd go for 6 weeks every night to see it. Dress up in the same clothes as the people on stage. Sing all the songs along to it. Because that would only happen in America. Behave like total prawns the whole time.
City of night. City of night. City of night.
It's sunny for you, is it?
Yeah, the heat's
Oh, hello,
getting
into
to
the
me.
back of the car. Oh, and you're worried. Through the windscreen. Of course, I don't have safety belts in these. See, this is what you call a proper dashboard. None of this plastic nonsense, and I mean, that's a real motor. None of this soppy safety nonsense. This isn't a ruddy Volvo.
It's a real
This
man's
is a motor.
car.
If you smash your head in that and it goes into a wall, they just hose it down and sell it to the next man. What a proper car. Well, I don't know what this beach is going to be like. I hope there's not going to be loads of He-Men prancing about with foxy muscles all over
It
the
will.
top.
It'll be all these bronzed gods walking around in satin shorts.
Kicking sand in my face.
Yeah. And the rest of them are all wearing their tracksuits with their satin shorts over their tracksuit bottoms in case there's an emergency.
Well, I'll say now, I'm not going to take any dung from any truculent He-Men because they're going to get slappings.
Slappings? You're going to be firm.
And I
No,
expect
there'll be
there'll
millions of girls with 43-inch chests on roller skates, so you'll be all right.
Surfers with long,
Surfers.
hairy legs.
Yeah.
And men.
And zinc on their nose. Roller skaters. I knew it. God, look at him. What a prawn.
Oh, we can rent some skates. Very good.
Rent. Oh, you must do that. First person I see that's browner than me, I'm leaving. Oh, the subtle.
Enormous intelligence taken from that one.
Incredible vocabulary there.
College education, that is. It's all people with no clothes on. It's not. It is a
you
bit
it
like
was.
Tor Bay because you've got all the palm trees, people going naked and that. Mums and dads.
Oh, goodness me. Look at that boy over there.
Well, they're a nice spin around the car park.
Hey, get down! I've picked up the lingo now.
And the northern girls with the way they kiss, they keep their boyfriends warm at night. I wish they all could be California. I wish they all could be California. I wish they all could be California girls. The West Coast has the sunshine and the girls
like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under.
Y'all gonna have me on TV?
He's on Venice Beach.
I'm Matt Samples. I'm the brother to Joe Samples, the Jazz Crusaders.
He's depressed. He's
you
out
know
of
the
work.
Jazz Crusaders.
He's depressed.
Johnny Samples.
He's depressed and out of work.
Jets.
Get out of the way.
I'm his brother.
He's depressed and out of work and drinking. RTD, go back to work.
Dude is crazy, man. Remember me. I'm gonna be a star one. Thank you.
Me, cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head.
So many drinks. This I never saw in my life. Unbelievable.
On the front stoop, hanging out the window, watching all the cars go by, roaring as the breezes blow. A crazy lady living in a bag, eating out of garbage pails. Used to be a fag hag, such a dance to tango. Skip the life and dango, a zircon print to see.
Hello, Miles.
Oh, hey. How you doing?
I'm all right. I'm going to ask you a few questions.
Okay.
Now, tell me, the first thing that I think everyone wants to know is why are you doing this?
Oh, well, I'm a bodybuilder, and I'm trying to keep my body in shape, you know.
And how big were you when you started?
I was weighing about 99 pounds.
That's about my weight.
Yeah. I started from a little guy, you know, and I worked my way up.
You were a small boy.
Yeah.
And you got those. God.
Yeah.
Wow. And how much do you train every day?
I train for about 2 hours a day.
Every single day?
6 days a week. Yeah.
So you're very dedicated, are you?
Yeah.
And what do you plan to... Do you think it's very useful to you being so fit?
Yeah, it helps me out as far as life goes. It keeps me out of trouble. I don't run into many bullies, and I usually get jobs being bodyguards and, you know, competition, weightlifting.
And what happens when you meet girls? Do you think that they all want to sort of go...
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, they like that.
Do they?
Yeah.
They're all mad for you, are they?
Yeah, most of the girls like that.
Don't you ever worry that they might be just after you for your body?
They might dislike me for my body?
Yeah. I mean, you
No,
might worry.
well, I was meeting quite a few girls before I even had a nice body like this.
Now, what would somebody do with one of these? That's a small weight
Okay,
of
you can
40
do it like
pounds.
this. Put the back arms like that.
And what's that building up?
Builds up all back here, the biceps.
And which is your favourite bit?
My favorite?
Yeah.
The back arms, like that. Back like that.
Do you go in for competitions? Because in America there's a lot of big competitions for bodybuilders.
Yeah, I go into it.
So you must have a pose that you do at the end, because they have a pose off, don't they, where you all do your bits and pieces.
Yeah.
So can you give us a quick flash?
pose?
Yeah, so here he is
You wanna see
with his
one of my
pose off. Well, show us a few.
Your name and instrument?
Susanna, rhythm guitar and vocals.
Debbie, drums and vocals.
Annette, bass guitar.
Vicky, lead guitar.
So tell me... And vocals, I see, good. How did you start? How did it all start? Where did it all begin?
Beginning was we met in a garage.
What? Where they sell petrol?
It's true. No. In her house. We met through a newspaper ad. Officially.
What, secret meeting at garage?
Yeah.
All who turn up can start the band?
I'll attend. Open call, yeah.
So, I mean, how did you then make the transition into a record label then?
Well, it was a very small deal. It was just something that we wanted to put out a record, and that was the way you did it.
How did the record do then?
We got played on the radio a lot.
Right.
A lot of people buy it after they heard it being played on the radio?
Yeah, it got on the charts in LA, local charts.
Do you think you have a good chance of getting chart success, or do you think it's hard?
We're hoping so. We're hoping. Yes, definitely.
This last spring, a bunch of 3 or 4 really good bands started hitting the clubs, and it was really a hip thing going on.
Are there any other girl bands?
Actually, there are.
There are, sure.
They're really coming out of the woodwork now, yeah.
Why do you think that is?
I just think it's time, you know. it's just time for girls to start playing. It's something that should be happening, and the more the better, as far as I'm concerned.
Do you think, if I said to you, I think that you're charmingly 60s, would you take that as an insult or as a compliment?
Well, charming, you can keep that in.
Yeah. 60s, throw that out.
No, not necessarily.
We're influenced by the 60s, but we don't consider ourselves a revival band.
Do you all live in Los Angeles?
Yes.
And have you all always lived in Los Angeles?
California girls.
You like it?
Valley girl.
Has to be.
Would you rather be here than in New York?
Yes. Right now?
Right now, yeah.
Do you ever feel threatened in Los Angeles, wandering about?
Not when we're all together. We all protect each other.
Yeah.
Constantly.
How about if you're on your own?
Whips and chains.
Would you walk around at
Yeah,
night?
why not?
Yeah.
Where she lives, yeah. Yeah, where she lives.
Have you played in clubs in Los Angeles? Like we looked at clubs like the Whiskey and
We played the whole Hollywood circuit. The Whiskey A Go-Go everywhere.
Do you think it's hard? Like,
It's fun.
Being all girls?
Not really.
No difference?
No, it really hasn't.
It's natural for us.
Live on the tube, it's Yazoo! Woo!
You bring
stand alone and watch the clock. I only wait for it to stop. And in the room, locked up inside me, cut out magazines remind me I sit and wait too long in my room. And in my room, against a wall, there's a picture, very small, a photograph I took some years ago. Shows a picture of the room I know. I sit and wait too long in my room. The walls are white, and in the night the room is lit by electric lights. I stand alone and watch the clock. I only wait for it to stop. The doors are shut and all the windows locked. Only sound is from the clock. I sit and wait too long. The walls are white, and in the night the room is lit by electric lights. I've been sitting here thinking, 'cause I can't stand no more of your indifference. I've been trying so hard. I ain't gonna ignore you. I've been sitting here for what seems like hours, and all you can do is just sit there saying nothing. I ain't gonna take it no more, baby. I ain't gonna take it no more. I know a good dance when the mood is right. You can do it by day, you can do it by night. You're so fine and you'll agree. You just do what comes naturally now, baby. See your side of love, baby. See your side of love, baby. See your side of love, baby.
Everyone is sleeping tight. God knows I've tried my best, but darling, you know it looks bad. Just lost the best thing that I ever had. Well, still I don't know why I did it wrong. It's too late now, he's gone to say, said, baby, I know, can't leave me now, said, to think about it, please, 'cause I love you, man, and I need you, and I should have thought of that before I did you wrong, yeah, before I did you wrong, I should have thought of that, ooh, wow, wow, before I did you wrong, heartache, when I saw his face, I could see how bad I let him down, cheating when he was working hard. I just had to mess around. Well, out of the start, he ain't got much money. I should have stayed content with all that good, sweet honey. He's a good, strong man. I love him so. So how on earth can I let him go? Said, whoa, said, baby, oh no, can't leave me now. Said, to think about it, please. I love you, man, and I need you, and I should have thought of that before I did you wrong. Yeah, before I did you wrong, I should have thought of that. Ooh, wow, wow, before I did you wrong. Though it's midnight, it's raining outside, and I'm soaking wet, still looking for the man of mine, and I haven't felt him yet. All of this rain can wash away my tears, but nothing can replace all of those wasted years. You know all of this, I tell you, I have love playing with fire, gets you burned, and I'm still burning. Say, baby, ow, no, can't leave me now, said, to think about it, please. I love you, man, and I need you, and I should have thought of that before I did you wrong, yeah, before I did you wrong, I should have thought of that, wow, wow, before I did you wrong. You say you're losing pride, don't you know, dear, don't you know I'll lose so much more if you go now. No, 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 no. Say, whoa, do 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 Thank you. So let's finish city, walked into the door. I turned around when I heard the sound of footsteps on the floor. Now, just like addiction, now I'm hooked on you. I need some time to get it right. Your love's gonna see me through.
took me ages to get me sideboards to look the same, but now I'm ready to play the game. Clean pants, clean teeth, clean shave. I'm under starters orders, I'm raring to go. It's the sport for all and I'm going for goal. I'm gonna play the rigmarole. I trot off to the local night spot where the doorman with the dicky bowl gives me the dead eye before nodding approval. And it's £2 to get in. Struth, at least I'm in. Spoke too soon. Can't take your coat in. Leave it in the cloakroom. Another 10 pence. More expense. Well, that's the obstacle course complete. Right, let's have a look at this place then. Hey, it's not bad. Posers galore. Stone cold faces. Split level parquet dance floor. Ornate pillars. Laser lights. No doubt later on a few fights. Added bonus. There's some talent in tonight. And naturally, there's a gibbering DJ who plays a special request for Mandy's 17th birthday. Especially for you, Mandy Pooh, but we want to see everyone groove. And as always, the herd instinct ensues, and me, I'm included. I'm starting to move. I dance myself dizzy, bop till I drop, crawl to the bar, and the bar's chock-a-block, and I've had enough really, and it's only 12 o'clock, and the game's in progress. So I guess I'll ride the wave, spin the wheel, throw the dice, and have a few more pints. Christ, look at prices, chuffy neck. Pint of lager, please, love. Will you take a check? And I'm scanning the dance floor, and the crowd shifts, it seems, as one, jerking bodies, heads bobbing along in the semi-darkness, a rhythmic sea that turns and twists, and I'm swaying too. Not to the music, I'm just pissed. I might even go on orange after this. And I spot me mates leaping around like men on fire in the middle of the floor, so I join the furore. Now one of them is already into this girl who keeps asking for coke, and he keeps getting a Bacardi as well, saying get it down there lass, it ain't choke, they don't remardy, what the hell. The rest of us, we're dancing and slipping and standing and staring and smoking and sipping and dancing and slipping and standing and staring and smoking and sipping. And then I see her. Next to that pillar, there's two of them, and the smaller one's looking straight back at me. So I dance and slip and stand and stare and smoke and sip and plan me strategy. To the bog for a burst first. Get a better look as I pass. She stays glacier cool when I brush her with my arm. Our gazes collide and she stays real calm. A classy little lass. I'm standing in the toilet feeling a bit sick. I'll have to switch to Britvic. I'm trying to conjure up some original opening line to hit her with, but my head starts to spin. I'm waiting for a brainwave, honey, and the tide's gone in, so I aim for a fag end. Psst, which shoots off when I hit it, and I giggle and oh shit, I piddle down my leg and splash me moccasins. So while I wait for them to dry, I perfect me parting in the mirror, and I notice my eyes are the proverbial pee-pee holes in the snow. Okay, urine, stop playing, now I'm ready to resume, continue. Ah, the rigmarole, yeah, back to the modern crowd. She's still there and she doesn't flinch an inch when I single her out with a spotlight stare. On the contrary, she replies with stroboscopic like flickering eyes. So with an ultra bright smile and a casual stroll, I leave the safety of the fold and approach the goal. Hi, what's your name? Do you want to dance? Do you want to drink? Yes, Janet, Perno. So we jive and rap and all that crap. What music do you like? Where do you live? What do you do? Reggae, Gateshead, on the dole. I'm in command now, got the upper hand now, in control of the rigmarole. Closer we dance and closer still, which is a mite alarming, because I've got these tight trousers on and she'll find out about her skill in the art of snake charming, so I tactfully retreat. And I glance at me watch and it's turned 1 o'clock. Enough of this rambling, the preamble must stop. So we go to a chair for an oral exchange, a tongue-in-cheek conversation at point-blank range. And when we come up for air, the small talk's gone, no longer there. Instead, an awkward silence, which gets broken when a scuffle on the dance floor prompts a brief discussion on senseless violence. I know, it's disgusting, shall we go somewhere else? But it's obvious that neither of us are into this polite chat. So once more we interlock. Meow. And we stay like that till our ugly friend comes along. And they disappear to the loo, leaving me vexed, perplexed and wondering why they always go in twos. Some logical reason I expect, and at that moment I am feeling decidedly wrecked. Then La Femme reappears and seems even nicer. Auburn hair, slim, lovely eyes, and I'm sure I've backed to win her well. All those suggestive pouting looks she's been throwing my way. Then she bends down and whispers sensually in my burning ear. I'm going now, okay. Oh wait, no, she says she's leaving, her friend's leaving. She always leaves with a friend. Great, I don't believe it, yeah, sure, see her again. I watch her go, then sitting alone, I know for a fact that I won't remember what she looked like exactly, because the great god paralytica attacks me. Feeling thoroughly cheesed off, I have another drink and rejoin the ever-decreasing masses. 3 people dancing and 30 collecting glasses. And the smooth old DJ is still there playing one last smoochy burger for all the kiddie buns in love. Well, that does it. Fumbling for me cloakroom tag, I stumble to the door and head for home. In true Shakespearean tragedy fashion, I exit, a poor loser in the rigmarole. Outside, my ears buzz with the sudden quiet, and the night air acts as a coolant on my sweat-sodden brow. There are 2 vehicles parked on the curb. Panda car, taxi,
I opt for the latter and mumble incoherent directions several times before he understands me. It's just your corny conversation. I tried to focus on his meter, but the bumpy ride home provokes a sudden inner turbulence. I'm feeling really sickly. I paint quickly and rush upstairs to greet the toilet on my knees, eyes watering, thanking God in between spasms that I didn't have a Chinese, excuse me. I fall into bed half dressed, and the Sandman doesn't get a look in, as sleep is instantaneous, and I wake up in the morning with a regular temple throbber. Boom, 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 and bits all over me socks. And I look in the mirror and let out a prolonged, sour groan. Never, ever again. Well, I'll be off tonight to play the game, to go for goal, to try my luck on the rigmarole.
I'm in at last! Well, welcome back to the Tube. And next on the menu is a live set from one of the most exciting bands to come out of the USA for ages and ages and ages. They are the Go-Go's. And their first album shot straight into the US charts at #1. And success seems to be their destiny. So if you want to check up on groups like the Go-Go's, you could do a lot worse than check them out in this book, which is the Rock Yearbook 1983. Looking over the top. It's absolutely Steve crammed full of everything you want to find out about. Yes, I know. But, full of everything you want to know about pop. And it's got some real gem quotes, as he's looking at the back of his book. I weigh 7 stone, says Claire Grogan of Altered Images, and 6 stone of that is me bum. But enough of that, because here, live now on the Tube, are the Go-Go's!
Now that I'm away, I
I did best. And this next song is off of our first album, Beauty and the Beat.
Quiet now, still of night. Inside, fire burning bright. Right moment, laying down. Oh,
Right. Good night from me.
Good night.
I'd like to say that they've been great. Big hand to the Go-Go's. It's been good all round. I'm now going to go and pebble dash the British Rail seats. Meanwhile, on with the fantastic Go-Go's.